So here in Brussels, I and my colleague Agata, we represent the National Health Fund. And what we did the maturity assessment as a national level, and this is our example. The previous speaker from Poland, other colleague, Kasia, present a lot about the Polish coordinated care pilot. And this is only one and the biggest pilot connected with the coordinated care. So you know the details. We also got the invitation to the IFIC. So I go briefly to the next slide. And I would like to say a few words about the process. Because we started the assessment more than 2 years ago. It was at the beginning of 2019. And we did it for 3 months. With all PHS from the POZ plus pilot, because we engage to the zero maturity assessment the same providers as was involved in the POZ plus. Because we decided this because only those providers have some idea about the coordinated care in Poland. So we start with them. What we did at the beginning, we of course translate the whole survey into Polish. And what was the clue? It was also to prepare not only the translation of the questions and this 0-5 scale description, but also we add some extra questions to really describe providers what we mean, what we would like to achieve from them. And because of a little bit complicated of this survey, we also decided to hire the interviewers. So all assessment was done by the National Health Fund interviewers. And so we did this survey by telephone interviews, and might be interesting that every interview took about 1 hour. So it was really long process, because we really have to describe everything to each person, especially that from each PHS center we discuss with 2 or 3 people from different levels. We started with the managers, that sometimes managers don't know everything about their company. We also discuss with the IT people, with the medical staff, and also with the administrative staff. Because our interviewers from National Health Fund did this survey, we also move the results to the tool. So I can say that we did everything our hands to help the providers. Here you can see the results. We divided also those group of about 40 providers to 3 groups. One we called the small one. It was really small providers who taken care of, for example, 1,000 patients or maximum 5,000. The medium one, it was between 5 and 10,000 patients, and the large, it was how we called it, more than 10,000 patients. And the results was very similar, maybe because it was the first research on this field. A little bit differences were in the large PHS, and we also observed that the weakest point was the patient empowerment and the digital infrastructure. So we decided to enhance those dimensions. I try to pick the key strengths and weaknesses of all those process, and I choose three because first what was very important for all this research in Poland, that we did it for the first time. So we have the basis for the comparison in the future, and also we learn our providers and learn ourselves how to do it in a right way. So I think now it's a good capacity here in the National Health Fund to help other partners, other providers to do this research in the future. And what also was very important, it was the comparability of the results, because we use the same tool, we know the rules, we've got the same directions, so now it's easy, and I hope it will be easy in the future to compare the results. And what we plan to do when the law will change in Poland and the whole participants, providers will be obligated to implement the coordinated care, we would like to convince them to do this research for everybody. The weakness is maybe this, that they have to spend a really long time to fulfill this survey. They have to concentrate and find the answers for questions, and it isn't only the fulfilling the survey, but also they have to spend time with us and together to get the consensus of the result and to prepare the SPY diagram. And also what was weakness on those times, that we have to hire the interviewers. But now I think when the tool will be, it is ready, but it will be open for everybody. They could do it, the new participants could do it by themselves. And our ambition in the future, especially beyond the project, first of all, we would like to continue this research and to try to engage the new participants, new providers, and just to scaling up this process. And we would like, because we know that this process couldn't do it by itself, so it needs the support. And for the support, we need some money. So we just put the proposal to our Ministry of Health to use the EU funds to do this scaling up in the next years. And also what we do, how I mentioned before, we also plan to evaluate our providers, what was changed from the point when they did the research in 2019 and what happened after 3 years. So it will be useful for proving, even for the POZ plus, that the coordinated care is needed, and this is the right way for all of us. And also what was very important for us and for me, it's not exactly connected with the maturity assessment, but we also, it's connected with the free phase of the process of Sirocco, that we developed the knowledge transfer hub, where we have the repository of all we